The streets, once bustling with human activity, are today reduced to deafening silence. The restaurants, where we once used to have family dinners and parties, are now crippling under financial burden. The malls, where we once used to hang out with friends, are today nothing less than a horror movie scene. The iconic monuments and buildings, where we once used to go for recreational activities, today stand alone, deserted, and vacant. And the global pandemic is to blame for all the mess. However, as the government eased the lockdown restrictions, violation and flouting of social distancing norms became a common sight. But hey, worry no more. We here at Team Genesis present you a smart crowd management app called Suvidha. Let me give you a quick demonstration of our app. The home screen has two logins, one for the normal user or customer and the other for the merchant. Currently we have Google login as the user login for the sake of demonstration, but in future deployment we propose to have Arogya Setu and Aadhaar linked login to avoid redundancy. Meet Mr. Chatterjee. He is an electronic store owner and wishes to register himself on the app. Mr. Chatterjee simply has to fill in some important details like his store name, location of the store, registration number of the store, and select his store timings. And that's all. The time slots will be automatically created. These slots are dynamic in nature, which means that depending upon the store capacity and government regulations, only a fixed number of individuals will be allowed to visit a store at a particular time slot. Mr. Chatterjee logs in using his unique ID and finds that he has no visitors. That's because we haven't scheduled any visit from the user's side. Let's log in as a normal user and schedule a visit. For the sake of demonstration, we will be using Google ID to log in. Once the user logs in, he is directed to the home screen. In the My ePass section, the user hasn't occupied any slot yet. Now let's schedule a visit to a nearby store. We will quickly go down and select a store of our choice. We select the time slots which are available in the green color and book a slot. Once the slot is booked, a e-ticket is generated which has QR code along with show in maps option. Clicking on that option, it directs us through a Google map and shows the necessary directions. If we now click on the My ePass section, you can see a ticket has been generated in the user's name. Now the user cannot schedule another visit as one ticket has already been generated in his name. Unless and until he uses the ticket or cancels it, another appointment is just not possible. Now let's log out and see how the things look like from Mr. Chatterjee's interface. Now Mr. Chatterjee logs in using his unique ID and password and comes to realization that a new visitor is there in the queue, like you can see here. Now when a customer visits Mr. Chatterjee's store, Mr. Chatterjee simply scans the QR code to validate the credentials of the customer. This process is also helpful in specialized contact tracing as all the individuals who visited Mr. Chatterjee's store in a particular time slot can easily be identified. Just in case the customer changes his mind, he also has an option to cancel his visit. Upon cancellation, the slot will be vacated and allotted to the next person in queue. Apart from the home screen, there is also a help desk where the user can find FAQs and get necessary help from the proposed future Watson assistant. A feedback option helps the user to directly send his concerns to the competent authority. Mr. Chatterjee, an electronics store owner, is just an example of how merchants can reopen their businesses and at the same time ensure that their shops remain COVID-free. Be it salons or gymnasiums, or optical stores, or departmental and grocery stores, this model is for you, me, us, and for everyone.